But Marcus, you got something very exciting and interesting to talk about tonight.
Yeah, I do. Something that I wanted to bring up on air because I found it very interesting, right? So me and Ken went out. It was like about
A couple of days ago.
Yeah, it was like Thursday afternoon, right? Thursday afternoon. We went for a walk.
When you say went for a walk?
Yes, we went for a walk.
Right.
Not that type of walk.
Right. I'm gonna let walk on the beach. No. We went for a walk, like I guess to different companies. We had errands to run, right? Yeah, we went to 3 different companies, right?
Establishment A, B,
right.
and C.
Establishment A, B, and C, right? So me and Ken come to establishment A, right? And we come for something that requires the customer service representatives to go the extra mile. So we get to a female that was at the front.
Listen, my head tell you. Don't call the business name, but what kind of business was this?
Communications. I will leave it at that. that was your whole interesting thing.
Okay, right.
About it.
Right. We went to the.
Honestly, I was thinking about a restaurant or something.
Oh,
so I was totally far off. So thank you for clearing that up.
Oh yeah.
Why would me and Marcus together?
Yeah.
Let me continue.
No, a lunch for 2.
You're going for walks.
No, a lunch for 2. Nah, man. No, we went to run errands, and we went to a business that basically centered around communications, and we saw a female representative there. We went to the female representative, and it required going the extra mile because it was outside her job description, so to speak. But her response was very dismissive, and she told me send an email, right? That was all she said. And then we were leaving, and then Ken, I can be honest, I can say Ken on the radio exactly what you said. Ken said if that was a man, we would have gotten different service. And I personally don't believe that, right? And I said, Ken, I personally don't believe that, whatever, but I entertain Ken. So we went to a different business, right? We butt up on another lady, right? The lady said the same thing.
Very same thing.
No. She gave her number, said send an email to this body, and went along, right? But we saw a man that was there. So we said, you know what? Let's go to the man and ask a question. The man listened. He told us where to go. He said he doesn't know exactly what it is how he can help us, but he's gonna find a way to help us, right? And he was.
Meanwhile, Christina just walks past you.
look at Screw. She even know what we're talking about. But you will catch on his story, Christina. So the man was more welcoming. He wasn't dismissive, and he was willing to help, right? So then we went to another business, right? But upon a female guard, the guard said that she don't know exactly where. She said walk down there and maybe you will find out, right? So it was very dismissive. Yeah, exactly.
Considering all 3 females we went to, all 3 of them were on phones,
right?
And did not
really, as in the landline or their cell phone,
mobile phones. So they weren't even acknowledging us. The pleasantries were right. Poor.
Exactly. So when we got to we got to the lady. The lady gave us a very dismissive answer. So then we walked around the compound to this business, and then we found a man. The man said, you know what? I ain't too sure exactly, but here, tune. Go to this department and see if you could talk to somebody there, etc. He was very welcoming. He wanted to know what we wanted exactly. And I could tell that he wasn't somebody that was very interested. No, not interested. That was in any way associated with what we wanted. But he wanted to know exactly what we wanted, and he was very helpful. So we went to the next department. Next department had a lady. The lady told us, listen, the body that you want in here, give us a number. And it was very dismissive as well. So then we went to a man in a different department. So this is 3 departments we went to in the 3rd company, right?
Correct.
We brought up on 2 women, right? 2 men and 2 women, right? So the last man that we found, he taught us for about 4 minutes, right? Wanted to know exactly what we wanted, gave suggestions on what to do, told us the meeting times he had, told us when next to call him, give a number, an email to call him specifically.
Considering right? the lady said the person we want is not here.
Right. Exactly.
And she don't even make the effort
to
locate this person.
If that person is actually there or not.
Right.
Exactly.
So to sum up, it seems to me, now I am very skeptical and I don't like to judge people like that, but it seems to me that Ken may have had a point that maybe the way that customer service is between males and females could be different. And I wanted to bring it up on air to see what you guys think about this. Do you think there's any difference?
I would like to hear Christina's opinion on it first before I get into saying anything, because I don't want to make it seem like gender discrimination.
Yeah, no.
Or anything like that there. So I want...
Because you know the pulse is all about the ladies, right?
Oh, of course.
Correct. So I want
It's a little
to...
late for that.
So
Right. What's your opinion, Christina?
Okay, so from what I gather, the ladies were not very forthcoming with the good customer service,
no.
but the men were.
Exactly. Hold on. I think, Marcus, you forgot to mention the security personnel, the two guys. The two security personnel guys, they were really good towards us. I mean, they were like, you got to go this way. You want us to come. I mean, be careful. I mean, this is security personnel, so it's not even in their job description to tell us who to go to, and
Right.
So even the security personnel who are males,
And these were at different establishments. This was not one specific place.
exactly. So the security personnel went the extra mile in terms of their customer relations and so forth.
I don't even know.
But what from my personal experience, I found not all women, but with a lot of women, the customer service is very poor. No,
I have an opinion on that. My opinion is that I believe that women are usually very guarded. That sometimes, especially if you as a male approach a female, it's almost like a misconception at first. It's like, this man coming to talk to me for the wrong reasons, or
Right.
So I think you tend to find that women are a bit more firm when it comes to the customer service, because they're in dealing in customer service, they're basically greeting people for the first time. They're meeting
Yeah.
new people constantly. So I think my opinion is that they're usually very guarded especially when meeting new males.
So I think I understand guarded like on the streets, etc. But you think that that also applies to when they're actually on the job?
Yes.
Yeah,
because,
no. Wait, let me jump in as a woman.
As a man defending the women.
Because I feel like I'm being mansplained.
No, but just, in my opinion, as I said, just let me explain that I believe that these women probably would have gotten harassed at some point within their job. So naturally, they're going to think in that frame of mind that is something that can potentially happen because of a previous experience.
I feel two ways. I will take your point at hand, and I know from the part of the story you guys were telling me earlier at the communications place, they just seemed distracted as well. I find women are more into social media than men are, and they're more into their phone, I find. So they're not even taking the the idea that, okay, I'm at work, I shouldn't be in my phone. I continue to be in my phone even when I'm dealing with a customer. But wait.
Okay, go ahead.
So that's one piece of it. And then the other part, I will take Etienne's point as well. Sorry, Big Red. But I will.
Thank you, Christina. Maycock.
I will take his point as well, because on the other side of it, I have gone to pay my insurance, and the whole meeting was riddled with when I could be taken to lunch and how young I look, and I look so this and that today, and then what else am I doing? And I just want to pay my insurance. You know what I mean? It was very unprofessional. So I feel like that could be part of it too, and they just are stern, point blank, cold, not even trying to be helpful, and let their politeness get confused for flirtation, because I find that's another thing that gets misconstrued very quickly between men and women.
Okay, well, I understand what you're saying and what Big Red is saying, but this is where Holly said, you are being paid to provide a service. One, Marcus and I, we went in 3 establishments.
Yeah.
All 3.
That's what makes it interesting, that it was multiple places and not one place.
All 3 establishments, all the women were on phones.
Right.
They did not make eye contact.
That was wrong. That was wrong of them.
The pleasantry was poor.
Yeah.
When asking questions like,
you just didn't feel welcome.
It's like, why are you confusing me? I mean, at one point when it was asked in the first establishment, when it was asking, well, what's the price of this item? The representative, she was like, who? I'm back on the phone.
Yeah, no, when you told me that earlier, I was stopping.
I was like, I look at Marcus. I was like, she for real? So I asked again, well, what's the price of this? And she was like, grab a piece of paper, look at the price. Oh, this is how much it costs. It costs XYZ.
Yeah.
Brown, and then went back on her phone. I mean, it was totally ridiculous.
And that was poor. Just to be clear, I'm definitely not defending them. That was very poor customer service on their part and very unprofessional. I have been in establishments too where women just on their phone.
But the weirdest thing about it, this was coming from a communications company does weird.
So, but they could be like, we were working.
But here's my question. I want
Evidently miscommunication.
We were working on the same phones. But wait, let me just finish. I am definitely agreeing that that was wrong and poor on their part. I have also experienced that where I'm like, so is anybody gonna help me or even like, you know, deal with me and get out their phone or stop watching the video on White Collar? You know what I mean? But
TBC News.
I know anything. So you know, so that was very wrong of them. But on the other hand, I will partially take Red's point as well. I think that angry girl persona is to
But what,
you know, get rid of any unwanted any unwanted attention as well. But that's poor training and poor service on their part from the beginning.
Well, Big Red is right. I mean, the way how you put it across, Big Red, that can be considered judging a customer too. You know, it's like you putting out this guard. Well, you're putting out a guard for. Yes, I understand your point of view, but you are judging the customer before anything. You don't know why the customer is even there.
All right, so let me flip this entire thing, right? What if we were females? Do you no?
I've experienced the same thing.
Yeah, but also, so, in fact, I want to know how many times, Christina, you went into an establishment and expected good service, right, from a business standpoint, and it all of a sudden went left. People asking for your number, saying your own thing. Well, no parties be. Well, your Instagram, etc.
Every single time. I don't know why that doesn't happen.
So then, how does that not? Would that not make you get a tough skin for men in general, regardless of if it's in a business place or in a?
It does.
Hence why my opinion.
Yeah.
No, I can definitely say you can't walk two steps without that happening.
Let me ask the same question, but in a different way. Between both genders, male and female, your customer experience is better with which gender? I mean, we are not looking at gender discrimination, just on the side of
males.
Why do you think it's that and not women?
I don't know.
I know why.
But again, it gets into the unprofessional waters still. Some people are better at keeping it polite than others.
Okay.
But I find I get help.
Do you find this is what I was telling Marcus? With some women, it's like you got to go to them with a package there. So you go a lot white like Big Red.
Oh my God.
No, okay.
Cute.
Well, I don't know about the cute part, but
you just went walking with
but they do say generally that what is it that was that Donald Trump? I don't even remember. Some survey they did a while back that like the more attractive you are, the more you would probably get a job.
Okay, all right. All sports are saying so. Marcus made a good point. Is guys are more opportunistic when it comes to situations. So with customer service, a guy may more look to see what is in it for him, and he may go the extra mile. For some women, this is just my experience, it's not the gospel, so don't kill me, women. For some women, you gotta go to them with call and tie, so don't tell like a specific way to get a specific type of service. Hence why I was saying, ask you, Big Red, if that is not a form of judging, because
but people judge all the time.
Christina, let me ask you a question.
Do I want to answer?
You don't have to answer if you don't want to. No, I'm speaking of an official relationship. We're not entertaining anything else. Did you ever get into an official relationship with someone that you met through a business setting?
No, I do not do that. Okay. I have a rule.
Okay, that's all I want.
Yeah. But have you seen it happen? Like, is it something that is like a high possibility? You would say that like these customer to employee relationships.
No, I don't like customer to employer. Like, just I don't know.
The reason why I ask is because if it happened before, is incentive for men to keep doing it. For men to kind of so even like if with a male employee, he would be more incentivized to be polite, just with the chance that maybe the customer that's a female.
But men are generally and naturally very persistent. So, like, I mean, they may not even be going through, but they'll be like, yeah, get through this next one. Like, they'll just keep doing it.
Like I even know.
Like, you hear what he's talking about?
But the thing is, I even know some females that were telling me that they were stopped by a male policeman, and they'll be saying, well, you know, I just want to see if you good, I want to see if you safe, you know, that even though you break like out and thing and like that's why you start you, so I just want to make sure thing. But you know what, if you got any troubles or anything, don't call 211, call 247. You understand me? So they were easing the number and they take
42999.
exactly for me directly, so I could come to you.
I've been told, I've been asked for my number by a policeman, and when I refused to give him, he told me he could find out. So you see why women have to
I understand
be, yes,
it. I understand
that was
it.
very scary.
Yeah, I understand it. Honestly,
I have well, what's the official name for like the special unit of the police?
I think it's called special services.
Task force?
Yeah, but I mean, whenever I say task force, people say don't say that, so I don't know. But yeah, they're even scarier.
Yeah. But I think that's what it is. That women are dismissive, and I don't excuse that. But at the same time, I think it's us, me, Red, and Ken that made him that way.
What?
You and Ken, not me.
Just men in general have made women have this hard skin that no matter where they are, they always know that a man can try and ease in the word. So maybe that's
it's a tough thing, because sometimes I say, okay, don't be so quick to judge and be generally polite, because then you never know what help you might need, you know. So this is something I even keep in mind, especially when I go to town. So like, you know, you say, okay, I can just be polite and be like, yeah, thanks, you too, you have a good day, whatever. But then when like a taxi man is like following you and wants to know if he can just drop you to the heliport car park where you just parked, so you don't have to walk in the sun. Wow. I'm like, you might take me somewhere else, so no thanks, sir. Let him know if I need you at any time. You know, he's following me. Like,
that's good customer service.
It is scary. What do you mean? I was by myself.
The guy's going extra mile.
Maybe he wanted an attorney.
No. and then I'm the missing person on the front of the paper, and they're describing me in that crazy manner on the news, and they can't tell what I look like.
But Ken, so we just spoke about the men and the ladies. Why would you figure then a man would be more of assistance to another man? Because he's not looking for more than what it is.
I can't.
He's not looking for more, but he still is of more assistance than somebody else.
Well, if he is questioning his own sexual identity, well, that's a conversation for another time.
I wasn't referring to
that. But nonetheless, it comes back to what I was saying earlier. A guy is going to see what is in it for him business-wise. In my opinion, guys are naturally into making deals, cutting deals, what's in it for me, etc. Like, guys are hustlers. So
I don't know if okay, but you go on.
No, but it's in nature of a man to see what's in it for him, whether it's business or whether it's pleasure.
So it's a form of networking as a man then.
So you think men are stronger networkers than women? Is that what you're saying?
Most men, but some women can be stronger, but based on our experience, Mark.
Yeah, Marcus, that mate.
I'm here giving the full side.
This is what I would say. I think that it has something to do with men more
persistent.
Men are more persistent. Why would a man help another man the way he does?
Because he understands men.
Okay. Here's why a man would not be as dismissive to another man, because a man did not experience what women have experienced on the streets, or you know that the man could possibly, like, whether it's come on to him or want something. He may just be genuinely friendly because I don't know, he was never intimidated that kind of way, you know. So with women though, she may more feel like she should be, you know, a bit more dismissive because she knows how it can go if the conversation goes a certain way. You understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's not really reflexive for the man to be so dismissive. So that is why he didn't really experience what it is that men put women through. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. But do you understand that even women themselves are experiencing this same type of poor customer service from the same women? So it's not.
Yeah, no, and that's why I said this social media thing. I just find generally females are more into trolling their Instagram on a day.
So they're very distracted.
Yeah, I think they're probably more easily consumed in that, because I cannot say I've been many places that I've experienced a male in his phone like that, whether he's on his WhatsApp or his IG or whatever, you know, instead of paying attention to the customer. I can say I've been more than one place and a female has been so consumed in her phone, and I've had to been like, hi, you know.
Let me ask you a question. When you go to a bank, who do you prefer to deal with, male or female?
Both have been pretty nice, but I find I tend to get a lot of mill tellers. The two banks I go to mostly, they're usually mill tellers. But the females are nice to me.
When my bank account is on $0.00,
that's when you
go to mill. So it's true. I have a particular teller that I go to pay a certain bill every month, and I don't want him to see it.
But if there's one thing I just realized, Ken, if your bank account is on $0.00, right? We gotta bring back that money management segment though, like for real.
We do, please. Please.
Shout out to Paul Ashby.
Yeah, bring up Paul Ashby. Please come back soon for Ken, only for Ken.
But you said what?
Only for Ken.
Oh.
Only for Ken.
Only for Ken.
For Ken. Only for Ken. Yeah, only for Ken. No, only for Ken.
Yeah, I think it's better that he said slow, probably. He said fast.
Yeah, only for Ken. Yeah, I can keep saying that until so that the audience understands. Yeah, come back only for Ken.
You get me so nervous.
But yeah, that is actually very funny.